I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of the Revelation, chapter 17. So let's focus on verse 8. The beast that you saw was and is not, and is about to come up from the abyss and go to destruction. And those who live on the earth, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, will be astounded when they see the beast that was and is not, and will be present again. Now, one of the best ways for a company to grow is for them to diversify. Now, let's take the soft drink industry, for example. Now, many years ago, there were two main soft drink brands. There was Coke and there was Pepsi. Quite frankly, my favorite has always been Coke. We were a Coke family, still am. Soft drink buyers were polarized. You either liked Coke or you liked Pepsi. So what are these companies going to do to take away business from each other? Well, they have to diversify, and they did. So let's focus on Coca-Cola. Coke doesn't only want to sell you a Coke, per se. They're after your beverage buying dollar. So today, whether you purchase a Dr. Pepper or a Sprite or an A&W or Nescafe or over 400 other brands worldwide, the money still goes back to Coca-Cola. So all Coke had to do was to compete with Pepsi by introducing new brands into the marketplace and then just get out of the way. People who may have had a negative opinion of the Coke brand would have a higher probability to buy one of these other products instead of a Pepsi. So no problem, Coke still makes the money. And some people are surprised when they discover that their favorite beverage is actually manufactured by Coke. I knew one guy that says, I don't want to support Coke. I don't even drink soft drinks. And he was standing there holding a Dasani water, which, by the way, is made by the Coca-Cola company. There is a notion in our culture that following Jesus is one choice among many gods and religions. But the reality is that the followers of those so-called other gods and religions will be astonished someday to see that the originator of their belief system is Satan himself. How did he do it? Well, Satan diversified. In Revelation 17, the angels reveal that Satan was, and then he is not, and then he will be present again. This is opposed to God, who was and still is to come. And while God's presence has remained constant throughout history, Satan's approach has been more stealth. Satan's goal is to increase mankind's options for religious choices. Instead of choosing between God and Satan, mankind can choose between several religious options. And then someday, and the Bible is telling us today, Satan, who has hidden himself, because only a crazy person would choose to worship Satan outright, but only in the end will Satan be revealed as the father of all false religion. So if Satan had a name for his parent company, it wouldn't be Satan Incorporated, it would be Mystery Babylon. And that is the mystery, isn't it? It all comes down to one manufacturer. Described as a prostitute, Mystery Babylon has made the nations drunk with idolatry and various false religions. Satan's downfall, by the way, is his pride, and that he is jealous for worship. Of course, all worship belongs to God alone. And so soon, it will not be enough for Satan to lure worship away from God. Eventually, Satan will come back again in a very public way and expose himself as the one who originated all false religion. And then he will demand all men worship him directly. And this will effectively destroy the prostitute. In the end, everything comes back to only two choices for the worshiper: God or Satan. And since only Jesus leads to salvation, why would you not choose him today? I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Check us out at groundworksministries.com.